We are come Sable Beach and drove down just to see these guys. It was my wife and I first comedy show ever, and we went to Keys Comedy. It was absolutely hilarious, and we continue to laugh on the drive home. They had some great people on the mic. All I recommend is to keep an open mind and don't take offense to any of the jokes because they are not directed at anyone, and you'll ruin the vibe for everyone else.
What did it
That's
say?
That's clearly written by an owner.
Hang on. We are come. What's so funny is
we are come Sable Beach.
That is Key trying to imitate an Indian guy doing a review.
That's so funny.
And we are come.
All I recommend is that you keep an open mind and don't take offense to any of the jokes as they are not directed to anyone, and you'll ruin the vibe for everyone else. That's so funny for a customer to put in their review. If you go to this place and you're offended, you're going to ruin everyone else's life.
Please. No, but it's just like...
Out in the streets, they call it
Uncut Jams.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Uncut Jams.
Real bad man.
Today on the show,
All right.
we got a special motherfucking guest today. He's a politician and he's politicking. Makes noise for Alex Dewitt.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
First time.
We were talking before the show, and we had to save so much for the pod. Then we started talking about stuff that we shouldn't be talking about.
We started talking about comics.
This guy went into he's running for office. I'm like, the mics aren't even on yet. Relax,
I didn't even know. I didn't know if we were recording yet. So every comic name, you're like, I don't know if I like this person. I had to be like, I'm good friends with them, actually.
I didn't say that. I never said I don't like anyone.
No, you were like,
I said other stuff.
Yeah, see, this is just it. This is why
we
people embellish, people exaggerate.
If I get 10 subscribers to Patreon this week, I'll drop the names.
Yeah, drop them on the Patreon.
And I'll come back on.
And he'll tell you that he thinks they're all great.
This one's a creep. This one's assaulted somebody. This one's just the whole thing.
Some of them.
I will
some of them are the triple threat. But yeah, welcome to the show, Alex. Happy to have you here. Alex is killing it online.
I appreciate it.
At Alex Dewitt Comedy.
Thank you. Yes.
You've been putting in a lot of work lately on the social media side. I notice it.
I have been. Yeah, I try to go for like a video a day. A video a day, tops 2. I think 3, which I've tried, that kind of saturates it, and the algorithm kind of gets wonky.
Too much.
A little too much. Yeah.
But the Tucker Carlson impression, amazing. Everyone's loving it.
Oh, thank you.
I send that to groups of friends that aren't comics, and they love it.
Yeah, it's been a ride with that. I've just stuck with it. Like, I'm trying to figure out new things to do with him. I'm trying to incorporate other impressions in. Like, he's in interview mode, and he's talking to, like, Jordan Peterson. And he's talking to, like, these other people. Because I hate now just, like, talking to the camera and being like...
Yeah. Oh, so you can have yourself, like, sitting down doing an interview.
Yeah, because it started out with me doing Tucker in, like, fantasy worlds. So, like, one of the first big ones that really popped off was Tucker Carlson in The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And he's reporting, he's like, I'm here in the land of Oz. The Munchkins are abusing their word. The Lollipop Guild, they're a union that needs to be... like some weird shit. And then I started doing the laugh.
The laugh is so good.
The laugh, which is there are different Tucker Carlson laughs. There are the ones that he does just kind of casually, where it's like a like he does that, and then he does the other one that's just nuts, and his fucking hair starts just waving all over the place and shit.
Yeah, I loved his interview with Ted Cruz, Lion Ted Cruz.
Lion Ted Cruz.
He asked him what the population of Iran is. He says, I don't know. He's like,
Can I ask, how many people live in Iran? Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, that seems like, it would be information that you'd want to know, if you're looking to bomb this country.
What's the difference? 80 million, 100 million? Who gives a fuck?
I don't know.
We're bombing it anyways.
Could be the population of Akron, Ohio.
He does say, he's like, what, 80, 90, 100? What's the difference? We're fucking taking it over either way.
It's so weird seeing those guys now all kind of breaking apart, and because they're all pretty conservative guys, right? And now they're all like split on what to do with the Middle East.
Ooh.
I think it's kind of
a good idea for a music video and saying "Tearing Up My Heart When I'm With You," you playing all the conservative guys doing the song.
I'm just Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Tucker Carlson, and all those guys have like different varying views on the Middle East too, which is it adds for a dynamic.
Yeah, Middle East, tricky issue, I've heard.
It's very hard to solve, but I think I can do it. I think we can all do it at some point.
You think so?
I think I have no fucking clue. I don't know.
That's the politician speaking.
Yeah.
It is the politician speaking. I think
I try to avoid topics that I'm too stupid for, so that rules a lot of things out for me.
Well, I'm working on this bit right now where I do love the idea of there being like I'm seeing like this increasing number of people that are all like, I don't know what to do. I have no clue, because everybody for the longest time has had an opinion on everything. You'll be in a bar with a person, and this person has like a syringe hanging out of their arm. They're missing an eye. They live in like a Burger King cup in the parking lot. And they're just like, they're trying to solve like Afghanistan. Like they're doing this whole thing. And you're going, this person doesn't really know what they're talking about. They're not an academic. They're a person that just, a lot of the time it's like a Jamaican guy with a cane.
Uh-huh.
Those guys are super intimidating talking about just anything. They're all into the conspiracy theories. Like, okay, yeah, you trust Big Pharma. Have you ever heard Dr. Muhammad King something? And it's like a guy that you've never seen.
It's actually Dr. Sebi.
Yes, that's the guy, Dr. Sebi. Every one of them has like a tattoo of Dr. Sebi, like on their bed. They have a tramp stamp of Sebi.
When I went to see Dave Chappelle, he had a joke about his friend that went to see Dr. Sebi. And was like, yeah, he's going to cure my AIDS. And he's like, that guy's dead now.
Well, no, but just to go back to, just amidst all these people that have opinions on everything all the time, and they're all conspiratorial, and a lot of the conspiracies I agree with, and like I'm like, okay, that's really compelling shit. I do love these people now who don't want to have a conversation about any of that. They just want to get high and drunk, and they just want to, they're like, I don't know anything about the Middle East. I don't know where it is on a map.
Yeah. Oh, I was giving up the Wi-Fi password.
That wasn't on the, I don't.
That was the Wi-Fi.
That was.
It's not in frame though. But just in
Well,
case.
if you guys are gonna come to my house and take my Wi-Fi, like I guess what can like hackers online like fucking hack into the?
I'd not want to give anybody ideas.
Oh man, let's cut that. Just crop that out.
It's not. It's
Just blur it.
It's out of frame.
That'd be so crazy. My podcast that gets 26 listens a week to fucking be my downfall because I exposed my Wi-Fi password. But you know what? Some people on the internet, they like to do crazy stuff.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
Like they're just like, it's so funny that he put his Wi-Fi password there and let me ruin his life.
I did that purposely because I knew I did that because my sea of Toronto open micer fans are going to be watching this and they're going to find a new way. They're like, who can I fuck with this week and screw with? Some of those guys scare me. Some of these new open micers that come.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore of scary comedians. Go.
No. Let's do it. I'm not going to name names, but let me tell you, they all love Dr. Sebi.
Oh, shit.
So,
oh, yeah. I've definitely met a cast of characters since doing comedy. Some guys that like I thought were like great guys when I met them, and then it turns out that they were like molesting kids. You heard about that one?
I have not.
Did you know that guy? There was a guy. He was a Kitchener guy. He was very funny.
Oh, yes. Do we say his name? It's like Voldemort.
I actually
He's
don't
like
know.
the Voldemort of pedophiles.
I think there is a chance that he's been murdered.
He shares a
There's
first
rumor I
name with
heard.
me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's and the same amount of syllables on the back end, and starts with the letter D. That's as far as we're gonna get you on this search for. But
I never thought I'd be entering politician mode with pedophile comedians.
Oh my God.
I never thought I'd be doing that.
I don't know. I actually don't know why I'm afraid to say his name, but I just feel uncomfortable saying
But
it.
is he guilty? Like, if he's guilty,
He
He
looks
was
pretty
caught
guilty.
like dead to rights.
So
with,
this is what happened.
any
So
convictions or no convictions?
that I don't know. He might
I
have
have
been.
no-
He might have been convicted
well,
by
this
the
is just it. Those guys.
citizen's arrest.
I don't think it needs to. Fuck.
You go-
Citizens he might have. There's a rumor that he might have got taken out.
Well, what do you mean a rumor? Like, okay, the guy either got killed or he did.
I don't know. I
missing?
didn't go to check his grave out, but I heard he got killed 2 years ago, and then I saw
It's
him
just-
show up on Instagram a year later, and now I don't know what's up.
This is the comedian's mindset, though. Whenever a comic hasn't been in the scene for like 2 weeks, we're like, oh no, he must have hung himself. He must have died.
Well, if anyone should have, it might have been this guy because he was trying to.
Might have been this.
So
guy.
okay, so it's not that he got caught like hooking up with a kid, but he was like on one of those creeper catcher things. So he had the intent to, right? I don't know what his history was before that, but for like 2 years in comedy, he was like at shows. He was being funny. He was pretty jokes.
Wait, does he have a social media presence?
I don't know.
No, not anymore. He followed me for a little bit. This was years ago.
Yeah, before
Like,
he did.
Okay.
Yeah, and he used to like my shit.
Oh, he used to love
Yeah.
he used to love my shit.
I got some weird stuff.
He was
The Chicago Bulls merch reminded him, oh, you remind me of a kid in the 90s. Do you like Space Jam, little bearded boy?
Yeah, he was a big guy too. He could look down on me like I'm a child. He's
Yeah.
like, why don't you shave that beard so we can play pretend? But
it's
so
too much.
he was in Kitchener and then every once in a while he would come to Toronto and
Right.
and like I had a drink with him once or twice. He drove me to a strip club once. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like for adults.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
a full grown lady
Which-
strip club that
which
he worked
strip
at.
club
It was
was
in
it?
Kitchener. It was in Kitchener. So
What's the one in Kitchener?
he was a bouncer there, and he took me and a couple other comics to be like, "Hey, come to where I work after, right?"
That's hilarious.
And like seemed like a good guy when we're around a bunch of grown up tits, but then it turned out 1 week. This is like a year later now, and on Facebook,
Yeah.
somebody put in like the old Toronto or comedy Facebook group
right.
that this guy's performing in your community. I just want to see that. Show you this YouTube video that came out like 3 years before he even started doing comedy. This video was already on the internet, and he thought it was a good idea to be like, why don't I go put my face on posters and win local contests and like really get my name out there, which was probably a bad idea because then this person caught on that revived it, and it was
I admire the balls.
the balls on him to fucking
Fucking.
to be like, I'm already on YouTube. I might as well fucking make some clips.
But by the way, I love how they were putting out like, oh, this guy's in your community. This guy, beware. I love how the way they treat comics that are genuinely terrible and are like predators is the exact same way they treat comics that have said the word retarded on stage.
Yeah.
This person's performing in your community. Beware. Be cautious of him.
Yeah, it's the same breakdown. This guy has a domestic violence joke.
Oh, it's fucking so.
Somebody reached out to Comedy Bar about me because I have a domestic violence joke.
I thought you were about to say you had a case. I'm like, all right.
No, I'm on the other end. I'm the innocent guy just making jokes, and I'm getting the same fucking treatment as the guy doing horrible shit.
That's the problem. That's the absurdity of the whole thing.
They saw the Wheel of Comedy clip, and they're like, this guy has a domestic violence joke, right? And it's not even it's not about me hitting women. It's about lesbians hitting women. I would never hit a woman. I'm not fucking gay.
Is that the joke?
No.
Oh, okay, because that's great.
Maybe I should tag it up with that.
You should tag it
The
with
joke is lesbians have the highest rate of domestic violence in Canada, and I find that surprising. I think it must be. I think those results must be skewed because when there's two women, there's twice a chance that somebody's lying about it. And honestly, lesbians usually like that joke. They actually, I see them dying, except for the one that probably gets hit, and she's like, "Oh shit."
I just love how you follow it up with a Brian Johnson fucking. That's funny as shit.
Brian Johnson?
Is it Brian Johnson? Who's the guy from AC/DC?
No, I
Johnson?
think it's that's the Who. I think.
Oh, it might be. Okay. It sounds like that little sort of.
It's the opening to CSI.
snippet.
It's
Yes.
the opening to CSI, and I believe it is the Who, but I forget what song it is. Are you looking it up?
No.
Damn, I always think you're reading my mind, yo. Every time I see him start typing, I'm like, Dante's hitting it right now. I'm like, I wanted him to look it up, and he's fucking looking it up.
I was
but
so-
you were making it note.
I can look it up, but then I would have to play it to confirm if I was right or not.
What you have? Oh, you have your own guess in your head right now.
I don't know where that's from. I just know that.
What do you mean you have to play it? All you have to do is look up who does the in CSI Miami.
Well, I didn't know it was the from CSI.
See, because you're not reading my mind, buddy. You gotta climb in there and fucking look around.
I feel like I'm in the middle of a domestic dispute right now in the making.
No, it's just I always
quite-
like. I don't know why. Like,
Wait,
it's not.
who did you say it was?
He said it
Brian
was-
Johnson
Oh.
from AC/DC.
And I said
Isn't that
it's-
his name?
I said it's
It's
The Who.
Johnston or Johnson?
Honestly, I don't know their names. I thought it was AC and DC.
The yeah sound in CSI Miami is from the character Horatio Kane, played by David Caruso.
No, but the song though, he doesn't say it.
No, that's his trademark though.
The
That starts playing and David Caruso
CSI
takes the
theme song. How
or
about
puts the sunglasses on. He does something.
You said sunglasses?
that? Yeah, it's I believe it's "Who Are You" by the Who.
Okay.
Who are you? Do, 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 do. I really want to know.
I don't know the Who that much or that well.
Do you know the why?
The why?
Yeah, why? Why are you doing? Now we get all deep.
We're doing
Why?
like word association.
What is your why?
Thank you for bringing me on your alt comedy podcast, where we talk about predator comedians, but also do word association.
There's more. Actually, let me
segments.
see. I have. Speaking of ACDC, I have ADHD, and I forgot to finish that story because it gets crazier. So that week, it comes out that he's a fucking. He's a creep. He's talking to kids online and he's trying to link up with them. Like he's doing sick shit. And video comes out on YouTube. And that weekend, I'm supposed to be doing a show with him. And it was when I was doing the rooftop comedy. It was supposed to be the dark and dirty edition because he had dark and dirty stuff.
that Angelica's?
Real dark and dirty stuff. Me
Is that
and
Angelica's show?
Jam and
I don't mean to
Jellies.
wedge her into this now.
It was Jam and Jelly's rooftop comedy. But okay,
Yes,
so
I remember.
So then we have a group message. Everyone, here's the showtime, blah blah blah. He comes in that group and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm guessing I'm not on the show anymore, but
He messaged you like a bro group messaging a group of dudes. I guess I'm not invited to the cookout. I guess I'm not invited to the garage hang this weekend.
But it's one of those things like
Guys,
you don't need
I'm
people to let
sorry.
you know you're not invited the
I'm
week that your
sorry.
fucking pedophile tape
I'm
came
sorry.
out, yo. The week that your pedophile tape came out. You don't need to let the boys know I'm not coming to the barbecue anymore.
Guys, I guess I'm not. No, but he talks like his bad behavior has gotten him banned from places. Like, I guess I'm not invited to the pool night.
No, you could tell he was real disappointed in himself. He was real disappointed in himself.
You know though that he was anticipating possibly somebody reaching out and going, we all make mistakes.
No.
And we
I
do.
said, so he said, yeah. I'm.
That is so funny.
I wish I could. I might be able to find the group message and see what he actually said.
Oh my god.
I hope.
Please don't. This is bad mojo.
Let's see. Oh,
Oh my god. I hate that I'm laughing.
no,
at
I don't
this.
have it.
Oh, fuck. Thank you. Jesus.
He's
Actually, no.
probably-
Now
he's probably off-
I'm let down.
Off the grid.
He
Wait,
is
maybe it'll say like sent by unknown. Anyways, so he said all this. One last try. Let's see. So I'm trying to. Okay. All right. But he said, yeah. Guys, I guess I'm not on the show anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that. But I just want to let you guys know that I respect you all as comedians.
However, if you guys do need me, I'll be around the block, sitting on a bench. I'm sulking and I'm staring at the moon.
So bad. Oh, yeah. I it was honestly like it was a tough watch. It was a tough watch. Just knowing that, like, I hung out with the guy. He seemed like a decent guy, but he seemed like a bit of an autistic guy, like a lot of comedians. That's the thing. Like, some of these guys, like, you hang out with them, and then they have some dark shit going on. Like, there's some. I'm not gonna name names, but there's one of my guys that's like, I'm actually friends with him, and like he done nothing has ever bad come out about him, but he has the look in his eyes and the way he carries himself that I'm like, please tell me you don't fucking chop women up in your basement. You know what I mean? Like, I just want this guy to be okay.
It's funny that it's just one person. In my life, I have maybe 13 of them.
Yeah.
That I'm just like, I'm uber cautious around this person. Like when they're in the room. Yeah.
When I was in high school, I was on somebody's people to kill list.
Was this person were they like a school?
I mean, they didn't shoot anyone.
Yeah.
They didn't kill anyone. They weren't a go-getter.
You grew up in Brampton.
They had a list, never checked one name off it.
You grew up in Brampton, right?
Brampton?
Yeah.
Guy ended up being an all right guy when we grew up. But in high school, like, Okay, so this is the two things that happened. I don't think I was a bully, but 2 times that I was like, I could see why he would put me on the list. So one time, like he was not my friend.
Yeah.
Like we weren't friends. And one time he walked through the hallways and he rubbed my head like you know when you might do that to your friend or your son, like you know, like mess with the hair a little bit. And I just grabbed him and I threw him against the locker and I'm like, don't fucking touch my head again.
Yeah.
And then another time we were on the same rugby team and we were just doing a passing drill and I just fucking rocketed the ball at his nuts. Just fucking really, really hard. And he went down and he got hurt. And then months later I found out I was on his people to kill list.
You did guy shit to him. Like that existed.
Yeah.
In gym class, I was a terrible athlete. I was awful. I was like this skinny kid. I was like 5'11" at like I stopped growing in like grade 11. So I was like in grade 9 I was like 5'11". I weighed like 120 pounds. And I was just like we'd play touch football in gym and you would just get rocked. And you kind of just had to deal with it. I didn't even know what a people to kill list was. Oh no, Billy Madison had it.
Yeah. This guy, he kept it in his locker. And but honestly, grew up to be a fine guy. Like he must be. Hey, high school's tough on kids. We all go through things.
High school's tough.
And if you need help, I don't know. I don't have the number. But
if you need help, contact Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
If you need,
we should get a better help
They
sponsor
killed
around here.
Dr. Sebi though, didn't they?
What's that?
Didn't they kill Dr. Sebi?
Oh, did they? I have no clue.
Yeah, because
I
this
don't
whole
know
thing was like he had the cure for cancer and like.
No, I think Dr. Sebi's still alive.
I'll Google it.
Or maybe he's not. Somebody was working on a documentary about him, and they got killed. I know that.
I'd love to see Tucker Carlson interview
Nipsey
Dr.
Hussle.
Sebi.
Nipsey Hussle was doing a Dr. Sebi
Really?
doc, I think, and they took him out.
No, he died
Yeah.
Damn.
August 6th, 2016.
It's usually like a Jamaican guy. My time in dive bars hanging out with the Jamaicans was always a guy with a staff. And he would just sit there and he'd be like, you want to know, you youngins, you don't know the real, you all got the vaccine, you're turning gay, you got the vaccine.
Oh my God.
You want to know the real truth, you talk to Dr. Sebi. you listen to Dr. Sebi.
So last week on my podcast, I had a nosebleed and like I was dealing with something last week. I might still be dealing with it. I don't even know. But basically I burst a blood vessel.
Yes.
And I went to Corner on the Thursday and I was talking about it, and one of the bartenders was like, I know what's happening to you. And I was like, what? Yeah. I'm like, do you actually have the answer? She's like, did you get the vaccine?
Oh yeah. So hold it. Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I did. And she's like, how many? I'm like, just the first one. And she's like, that's the one that'll fucking make you bleed out of every. Like, I'll show you some stuff that I read. It'll fucking make you bleed out everywhere. No. I was like, God damn, yo.
I've heard some questionable takes at the Corner.
Yeah. Anything. But I mean, like, I didn't feel comfortable taking the vaccine. I was unhappy that I did it. I felt like I got punked into it, and I don't think it made me like feel better or avoided any more sicknesses.
Everyone got punked into it. Yeah. I took it.
You guys just got punked. Ashton Kutcher comes out. He's the one that ate the bat.
Your heart just exploded out of your chest. Ashton Kutcher. The last thing you see as you go into the void is Ashton Kutcher's shit-eating grin with his fucking trucker hat.
Your whole life was a joke. Now you're dead.
Yeah, it's Ashton Kutcher and Diddy's faces. The last thing you see. Fucking yeah, high school was weird. My high school was like dilapidated. I went to Loyola in Mississauga. You went to you were in Brampton, right?
Yeah, St. Thomas Aquinas, STA.
Yeah.
School of Champions.
I knew St. Thomas. Okay, so we faced you guys a lot, but I remember Loyola. They're in a new building now, but the school was like falling apart. Like we would have like the power go out in the middle of class, and we'd be let up school early, and there would be riots in the cafeteria because it was a blackout. There was a chick who was hospitalized because a guy just jumped on the table in the cafeteria and heaved a fucking garbage can at her face.
God damn.
Yeah. No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we ruined her weekend.
We had one girl get hit by a car twice in 1 year.
That did not happen on school grounds. There was
ours was like, it was because in the smoking pit, a fight would break out there, and she was always there smoking. And both times when the fight broke out, to get out of the way of the fight, she went into the street and got hit by a car. And she didn't learn after the first time. She got hit by a car twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
At the same spot.
That happened to
Smoking kills.
To get hit by a car in the days before World Star would have been a gift. Because it just wasn't out. That was World Star around in like
World Star was around when I was in high school, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe it was, but it wasn't like
World Star fight comps of the week.
Oh,
man, yo, Do you remember those?
I remember.
think they still have them.
I didn't get into World Star until I was in my early 20s.
You're reading my mind. We're gonna pull up the World Star Fight Comp.
Sure.
But you wouldn't be able to put it in the episode.
No. But I just want to see if they still make them.
True. Well, on Patreon, we're gonna watch a World Star Fight Comp. That's what I should do on Patreon every week. Watch a World Star Fight Comp and just react to it. Subscribe to watch me watch people get hit.
My favorite.
Oh shit!
My favorite are the white skinhead dudes that just take their. As soon as you see a bald guy take his shirt off, it's on. 12 guys are getting their faces punched in.
Have you ever gone bald?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm kind of flirting with it.
Can you grow a beard?
I'm starting to think, I can. It takes me like 2 months.
You have like such a baby face, and that's
do.
good. That's
I know.
I think it's great for comedy. I think having a beard is supposed to be bad. That's what they say.
I've never heard that.
You never heard it, but look at it. Look at every comedian ever. There's like a couple with beards. Most of them clean shaven. I think it's something about like showing your facial expressions and stuff.
There are exceptions. Carlin in his heyday had a massive hippie homeless beard.
Carlin?
Yeah.
Louis C.K. has a little bit one. And I think that might be it. For like the big dogs. Think about every big comedian. Go name 5 comedians right now.
Big J. Okerson has a beard.
Okay. No,
All those guys.
Name
What about Stashes?
Stash is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have a beard, though. You're saying
I know.
this with a beard.
I know.
Okay.
I'm saying my face would be funnier if I didn't have the beard, but I want to get pussy, so I fucking have a beard.
Well, hang on. Women like my clean shaven
Yeah, but
face.
I'm saying, but maybe they don't like mine because I got a fat fucking chin,
Yeah, I'm trying to like be more diet sort of like minded. Like I'm just trying to like eat better and fucking so I can have a decent summer and not look like I all the salt goes to my face and under here and then like to my midsection. So I look like a fucking shish kebab. Like I'm just like fucking
Yeah, man, it's hard, yo. It's hard out here for a fat boy. You're not fat though. You're just like fat fringe. Like you could be fat in a month if you wanted to be.
Yes, I could.
And you could probably not be fat in a month.
if I had the ambition to. Yeah.
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 It's probably gonna take about 3 months to get my shit together.
Yeah, you're a guy. You're not that heavy.
It's just all right in my fucking gut, yo.
You could.
And my
How
chin.
old are
It's
you?
all in my gut and my chin.
How old are you?
How old am I? 37 this year. I
Yeah,
actually
I'm
forget.
34 this year. Yeah,
I'm
so
born in
like,
88.
you're still of the age where if you wanted to lose weight, you could really like clean up shit in about a month.
That's right.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, he would. Am I right, ladies?
Yes.
Speaking of faces, we were talking before the show started. Your face was the first face on the Keys comedy wall. This is our first like Keys Hall of Famer here. I think you are our first Keys Hall of Famer here.
I think Hannah did Keys a bit.
She wasn't on the wall. I'm talking about the Wall of Fame.
Right.
Who else was on the Wall of Fame that I've had here? No one.
No, I don't know. I have no clue.
Keys Comedy Club. If you guys never got a chance to check it out, it was a great little spot run by a great guy that just a hustler.
An
that was making
eccentric
stuff happen.
cartoon character by the name of Kavork. I love Kavork, by the way. He's like a friend of mine.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Known him 11.
I really admire his hustle. He's always hustling.
He's always hustling, and he will not shut up about it.
Yeah.
He constantly is telling you. Keys was like a special place. Keys was like one of those things that you look back at 20 years from now, and you go like, that was like fucking.
It's a legendary place.
It is a legendary
He said
place.
like he promoted it as a legendary comedy club, and it was. He said legendary comedians stopped by, and a couple did. Like, you know what I mean?
A few. There was that guy from LA, the Rene Vaca Mexican guy. Yeah.
What a get that was.
That was a get.
I really like that guy.
I told him to get Andrew Dice Clay. I'm like, if you
Holy shit.
set your mind to it,
Yeah.
you could book Andrew Dice Clay at this venue.
But he
would hate it, and he would fucking. But it's part of Dice's thing.
going to shit places.
Not really shit play, but being angry, being.
And I don't mean
you
Keys
know.
is a shit place, but I mean like for Andrew Dice Clay, that would be a tough.
Well, no, the apartment that it was. I don't know, but he had this thing where he could have done it.
Yeah,
I feel
he could. He could. He's the one. He's a guy that could sell ice to an Eskimo.
I think so. You have to have some level of shamelessness.
Yeah.
In this pursuit.
Yeah. Every time I went there, I had fun. So it wasn't a shit place. But if I'm Andrew Dice Clay, I'm gonna go there and be like, why am I walking up our apartment stairs to get in there?
He got the guy Renee to come.
Yeah.
And that guy just sold out a theater the night before.
I know.
Right.
Insane.
So.
What was I gonna say? The reviews for that place hilarious.
Well, a lot of the positive ones were him.
Of course.
Yeah, just being like,
Of course.
The negative ones, just fucking chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Couldn't.
Let's look up a review. This shout out Keys. He would like this. Right? He would appreciate us doing some. Or is he not doing the club anymore?
It's out. He does it out of Rivals. That play. He used to have an open mic years ago.
Okay.
He brought it back there. I don't think he does it. He's currently not doing it as much.
It says Keys on Blur is still open, but it's not, right?
No, I don't know why he's fucking.
Okay, let's look up the
cancel
highest
that.
review and the lowest review. All right, highest one I think is actually not written by him. We are come Sable Beach and drove down just to see these guys. It was my wife and I first comedy show ever, and we went to Keys Comedy. Was absolutely hilarious, and we continue to laugh on the drive home. They had some great people on the mic. All I recommend is to keep an open mind and don't take offense to any of the jokes because they are not directed at anyone, and you'll ruin the vibe for everyone else.
What did it
That's
say?
clearly written by an owner.
Hang on. We are come. What's so funny is
We are come Sable Beach.
That is Key trying
Until-
to imitate an
an
Indian
Indian
guy
guy.
doing a review,
That's so funny.
and we are come.
All I recommend is that you keep an open mind and don't take offense to any of the jokes as they are not directed to anyone, and you'll ruin the vibe for everyone else. That's so funny for a customer to put in their review. If you go to this place and you're offended, you're going to ruin everyone else's life.
Please, no, but it's just like. It would have been funnier at the end if you just started doing drink specials at the bottom of the review.
That line, you know how like some comedy clubs have the like Yuck Yucks before a show, they'll be like, "You're here at the Yuck Yucks Comedy Club, good," and you know what I mean? Like
Right.
that should be the line for Keys Comedy Club, like that just a pre-recorded message that just saying, "All I recommend is to keep an open mind and don't direct it at any, and don't take offense to any of these jokes because they're not directed at anyone, and you're gonna ruin everyone's night. Just remember, you are the problem, not any of them." That's a great. Honestly, I know I'm laughing and joking, but it is setting the tone for the evening.
If you're offended by a racial slur, you are a dumb, prudish whore.
Holy shit. Now let's see the lowest review. Very rude owners
Owners.
who allowed racist slurs on stage. That is a tough one for a guy with a lisp. You know, they have tongue twisters. Just saying racist slurs on stage is fucking hard for me. Can you guys say that? No problem.
Racist slurs on stage.
Go. Say it 5 times
Racist
fast.
slurs on stage. Racist slurs on stage. Racist slurs on stage. Racist slurs on stage. Racist slurs on stage. Okay, I fumbled the last
For
one.
me, like S's are tough for me. My tongue's too big for my mouth or something. Racist slurs on stage. Racist slurs on stage. Racist slurs on stage. Racist slurs on stage. All right, we're gonna do speech
did it.
work. We're gonna do speech work.
You didn't do the full 5, but okay.
Did I stop at 4?
You stopped at 4. I believe.
Never give up. All right. Very rude owners who allowed racist slurs on stage. That was number 5.
Right.
And had a very small and grossly kept establishment. They kept calling anyone who gives them honest reviews scammers and competitive liars. So they're the lies of their competitors because they don't like to hear the truth, and they'll never come back. All right, and then Keys responded, "This is a fake spam bot account from a competitor. It was malicious, and it's attempting to bully and harm us." Holy shit! I like that he replies to all of them too. Like you. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
This one they. Keys, we love you, and go.
I love Kavor.
And you know what?
I know
you
him
know
as
what?
Kavor.
This is an advertisement to go to Keys Comedy Club. You have to check it out. You have to see for yourself. But it's gone. Is it done? Are they not doing the house?
No, they're doing the open. There's an open
but
mic on.
Is it ever going
Thursdays.
to come back to the house?
To that place? No.
Is that house?
He's talked about it. No,
Damn,
because
yo.
so what happened was there was a. I don't want to get into a whole thing, but there was a Twitter. Oh fuck! Now I got the fucking the tongue twisters.
Yeah, sorry.
There was
it's
a Twitter
contagious.
article that dropped like around Christmas or like December 2024, something like that. Not that long ago, and that was like the catalyst for everything kind of falling apart a bit because it was doing well for a time. But there was somebody who wrote an article, or somebody who contacted a journalist. They came to the show, wrote an article, and then it all like this guy's scamming people, which he wasn't. He was, it's just so stupid.
But it's novelty.
It
And
is. That's just it.
That the thing is like people should go to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go every weekend, but I'm saying you want to experience this.
You
want to
go to experience it, and it was an extra show to do. Like as
a comedian, I would say
drop in.
As a comedian, I would say go all the time.
Yeah.
I would have. I wish I went there more. Every time I went there, I had fun. I just scheduling.
That
that's how it
hallway
goes
hang
sometimes.
with all the people in the back, and he would tell us to shut up because we were being louder than the audience a lot of the time in the back. We were.
It's great stuff.
That was a good time.
Great time.
Shout out to Key. Shout out to
Keys.
Gavork.
Shout out to Kavork. That's R.I.P. Keys Comedy Club.
It's still there.
It's
They
still-
actually booked me for a show. But it's not at the place. But I couldn't go.
That's so funny that we're back to life then.
Do that show.
What? Yeah. Are you booked on another one? We gotta promote that show hard on this show.
It's they didn't rebook me, but
All right.
yeah, I
They're
couldn't
dead.
go.
They're dead to us then.
I
Fuck
should just
you,
reset
Key.
it.
Oh my god, great stuff. I just want to see what this one is because his reply to it's so long that I'm like, what is he gonna say here?
Fuck.
I'd give this
Okay.
place 0 stars if I could. Complete scam. Do not buy tickets. The club is literally a super sketchy tiny bedroom. We were a party of 8, and we walked out 5 minutes in. All the 5-star reviews are fake. Most of them are for a barbershop.
Yeah, he's got the Keys barbershop. He's a good barber.
The comedian was intoxicated and had 0 talent. Tried recording how bad it was and got asked to shut it down. Yeah, you shouldn't be recording people if they don't want to be recorded. At a comedy show, we got to put these people's phones in
For
bags.
comedians, yeah, we gotta lock your phones up at Keys. If you're coming to our comedy show in a sketchy bedroom that's about to collapse,
So they took a picture of him on
Of the
stage,
comedian?
of Keys, the
is
man
he?
himself.
Oh, fuck.
And his reply: "Please take this photo of our comedian's intellectual property. Our comedian is dressed as a punchline. It's a crime to take photos of intellectual property."
He's
I
dressed
guess-
as a punchline.
I don't know why his shirt's. I don't know why he's dressed as a punchline, but
I don't get that either. I
maybe
don't know
that's
what that means.
maybe that's just
Yeah.
like his like lawyer talk to be like, the fact that you took a picture of me, that's my intellectual property because that shirt is my joke.
When Key pulls out the term intellectual property, he's getting into war mode.
This is a false statement to defame us. Bullying, harassment on a specific individual who doesn't drink. This is a bot. Please remove it. This is hate speech. This is a bot.
This is hate speech.
This is a bot that was sent
He's
from
my
our
favorite person
competitor
ever.
to harm and make us have a bad day. This is hate speech. I really
love-
want to know who is if he believes what he's saying. Who's his competitor that he thinks is?
I
sending out bots?
love Key. That's classic Key. To call it, and he knows it's not hate speech, but he's just pulling out the term hate speech.
That's so funny.
And again, this is a friend of mine. This is a guy that I've known for a long time. But
Yeah,
it
and
is,
you
it
got
does
you-
sound like we're kind of.
You got it. What does it sound like? Does it sound like we're?
Oh
being
no,
mean?
it doesn't. It does. I'm having fun. This is funny. I'm just saying on my end. Again,
Every time we
politician
start,
mode.
every time we start laughing around here, Alex is like, "But I just want to remind everyone that I'm his best friend." And I think I said Keys is great, and I think everyone should go experience it. We don't need to fucking say every 5 seconds that we like
it's
the guy.
me
yo.
being fucking an idiot.
Keys is great, and I'm just jealous I never got on the Wall of Fame. Alex is his first guy. I didn't go there enough, and that's why I'm like I should have just put in the time to become a Wall of Famer.
There were a
'Cause
lot of you
I did
guys.
I did like going in there and seeing like the wall. I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool to have everyone's like headshot on the wall.
It's just fucking. Well, mine was like from like 2014.
And you were rapping back then.
I was rapping back then.
What was your
I
rap?
wasn't rapping. I just went by Alex Dewitt.
You went by Alex Dewitt?
Yeah, I didn't have a rap name.
What kind of beats did you like to rap to?
What kind of beats? I did like the old 90s, like boom bap type sort of. I guess kids now would call that old school. It wasn't really old school back then. It was sort of the 90s golden era.
Can you freestyle?
No, not anymore.
Oh.
I'm terrible. No, I really can't.
Can I ask you something? Were you looking up boom bap rap while he said it?
No, I know what boom bap is.
No. Like looking up like
a beat?
instrumental, yeah. But no, it's okay. He doesn't want to, anyways. But I was curious as he was saying it. I looked over at you to be like trying to send you
Signals?
send you signals.
I was never a huge freestyler.
I should get a
No.
we should have a signal like when it's like
Google this.
But like poker shit. Yeah.
so the story goes on. The guest doesn't even know it.
Yeah.
Throw up some gang signs on the side. I'll flap the Bible open.
Yeah.
That means look it up.
That's definitely inconspicuous. You just start twiddling with a Bible.
Would that distract you? You're mid-story and I start twiddling the Bible?
What do
You're
you
like,
do? No, it's just the reach more that you would.
Okay, so I need something closer, is what you're saying.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I was rapping. I rapped from I think 2012 to 2015. I
Damn.
was just kind of done with it.
And when did you start doing comedy?
I started so I started very slowly in 09. I did the Humber program here, just over on the Lakeshore campus here. But then kind of just, you go into that program. I had fun in the program, but you go into it kind of bright-eyed and like, oh, I'm going to be a star and I'm going to be all this shit. And then you graduate and, I just didn't find work in comedy and I went into the workforce and shit. So that time period, I was doing open mics very slowly, not that often. And then I was doing the rap music stuff. So
Was rap more your passion back then?
they were kind of both. I was kind of like fidgeting with both.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you have more belief in at the time? Were you like,
For rap, for a
Yeah?
time. Oh, yeah. Big time.
Do you have any tracks on Spotify?
No, not anymore. No.
SoundCloud?
Not Spotify. SoundCloud, there's probably, probably not. No, I
Do you have a mixtape or anything?
I do. I have physical mixtapes, that are still over at my place.
On what, like CD?
Yeah.
I'll take one.
Yeah. I'll try to find them. I'll try to give it. There was a time period where it's now material for me and my online stuff. I do a lot of rap sort of oriented shit.
Yeah.
Because I grew up listening to it. But there was a time period in like 2018 where I was like almost mentally trying to block out that time. And now I'm just like, oh, it's hilarious. It's part of who I am.
Yeah.
And I was fucking good too. Like I opened for Rakim and Tech Nine and a bunch of these other people.
Really?
Great,
What the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Damn.
2014,
I
Tech
didn't know
Nine
that.
and Rakim. Yeah. Fucking
Or
Black
it just
Sheep.
went all the way up.
Black Sheep. I wasn't summoned to open for these people. It was one of those like pay to play fucking things.
Still.
Oh.
Well, it is what it is. I got the opportunity.
Yeah.
The opportunity. So it was like pay to be on the show and you can open for Rakim?
You had to sell tickets. So that's basically the pay to play
Okay.
thing.
Like a
Yeah.
bringer show.
Yeah, so
Rakim
not-
was doing bringer shows in 2015?
No, this was at the Phoenix. The people that were running the show made this sort of thing. The policy was openers, if you were going to be on the show and you were going to actually perform,
How much you have
had
to
to
sell?
sell a certain amount of tickets. You had to sell 20, I think.
I like $20.
I sold 12, and they just kind of let me perform.
Nice.
It was fine. Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah,
sick.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. I when I was a hip hop DJ, like I wasn't that good at it. I enjoyed it. My friends were good at rapping.
Yeah.
But like if I was gonna like DJ like a party or something, I didn't love it doing it. I like doing like the shows when we're on stage and like I'm hitting the sound
Yeah.
effects, I'm dropping the tracks, doing a little scratching, whatever. That was fun.
Yeah.
But if I was like DJing a party myself and like I don't know, I could do it for like half hour, but I wasn't gonna. I didn't want to do it all night. I didn't have fun. I didn't have fun just sitting behind the decks all night.
You
know
got
what I
the
mean?
voice for it though, and you feel I
Oh,
guess
being
that
like a
would get
radio
exhausting,
DJ.
Yeah.
No, that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I did 96.9 Radio Humber.
Oh, that's sick.
And then I went to do my internship at some station in Guelph, but I wasn't like on the radio. I was just doing cutting clips and shit for them.
So was the money good at all
In radio?
no, I mean just for DJ.
For DJing, when I would DJ weddings, it was good money.
Right.
When I DJ'd for rappers, it was like getting paid in like alcohol and fun.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
We would do shows at were you a strip club DJ?
Yeah, for a bit.
Yeah, which one?
It was called the Office Gentlemen's Club. It was in Brampton.
I've heard of the
It was only
Office,
open
yeah.
for like a year or two.
Do you remember
Gotcha.
Kennedy's?
Horrible, yeah.
That place got shot up a bunch.
Yeah. That's why mine closed, because it got shut up.
Oh, did it? Yeah. All strip clubs, like the rite of passage for strip clubs is a shooting. And if your strip club survives a shooting and stays open, landmark. Landmark status.
Yeah, they tried to bounce back, but it just never because their most successful night of the week was a thing called Twerk It Tuesdays.
Yeah.
They would bring in like American strippers that do like crazy tricks on the poles and everything.
Like porn stars and shit.
And no, not porn stars, like black girls that are really good at shaking their ass. Like,
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like do crazy tricks on the poles, like spin around and all that shit, whatever. Anyways, one night that got shot up. And that's why like they couldn't bring Twerk It Tuesday back, so they couldn't really come back. You know what I mean?
Was there a shooting in the club?
In the club. Some guy came in. He wasn't trying to shoot at a stripper. Like his girl was there, like partying,
Yeah.
And I guess that like he's a crazy guy, abusive guy, and
Yeah.
he's like my girl can't party without me. I'm
Right.
gonna go shoot her booth.
Are
So
they-
then he shoot at her booth, or
Yeah.
he shot at her booth.
Are they not patting these guys down when they come in?
I don't. He got in with a gun, so
Yeah.
maybe he got in and pointed at the bouncer and was like, "Get the fuck out of the way."
That's one of the reasons I stopped going so much. I used to go all the time. Yeah, in my early 20s. That was the place to party because in Mississauga, there's not a ton of places. So you would go to like Diamonds. Diamonds was like the worst one. That had a shooting. And then Pure Gold. Was
The
like
ones that were
big
good
one.
in my time that were in Mississauga was Cafe Atlantis,
Yes.
and then $1 Million was all right at one point.
I never went there. It was Diamonds and Pure Gold, were the two ones. And then I just stopped going.
I never went to Diamonds or Pure Gold.
Yeah. Pure Gold
Look
was
at us. We were
fucking-
just two strip clubs passing in the night. Never went to
Gold.
the same one.
I know. Pure Gold. We had our turfs, dude. Pure Gold was insane. I
Yeah?
saw a guy. They dragged a guy out of the VIP area, and there were like 3 bouncers to pick this guy up, and they opened the fucking door with his head like casino.
That's funny.
Yeah, and he went outside, and so the whole story was there was something that went on in the VIP, and of course this guy's a fucking scumbag. They're gonna fucking throw him out. So we all watch this guy get thrown out. About a half hour later, I go outside for a cigarette, and I see all these, the stripper. It's a little colder at this point in the year, whatever. It was like, late fall. And I see the stripper congregation out, jackets on, smoking cigarettes. They're all in a circle. But I notice it's a little larger this time. And I walk outside, and I go, what's everybody, what's the commotion? Like, what's going on? And one of them, like just a guy smoking, just signals, and I look over, and this guy that got thrown out took a steaming fucking shit right at the door.
Oh, like on purpose.
Yeah,
Like he's
and
like they're throwing me
disappeared
on
and
shit.
disappeared
Wow.
into the night, and he just walked off.
That's one way to
Gangster.
get your get back.
Gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't fight them, but I can shit in front of
I
their front
can't
door.
fight them, but I will shit.
But like,
I will.
he'd have to, I guess, be a quick shitter to pull that off and then run away
Yeah.
right away. Like you can't sit there and open up the newspaper and relax for 10 minutes. Like
Yeah.
you gotta fucking let that thing out. Like
I
quick, bro.
respect his diet and his resolve.
Yeah.
Right?
Goddamn.
In that moment.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fucking yeah, those ones. Yeah, but so we would do rap shows at the strip clubs. We did. There was one by Sherway that I did, and we did an event called Fire and Ice. Yeah, which is the most basic strip club rap show name that they could probably.
And
draw
was
up.
there strippers on at the
Yes,
same time?
yes, and I performed with a stripper on the pole.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, yeah, Max Ross has a picture of it.
Buddy,
I went with Max. He drove, and there was a girl that I was dating at the time that
your life has been way cooler than I expected, to be honest.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I knew you rap before, but I didn't know you were like doing fun shit like that.
I was doing really fun shit, and now I'm in my 30s, and it's all over. Now and it's all a retrospective.
Damn, yo. And you buried that part of yourself.
I didn't bury it for a little bit. I did.
You thought
yeah.
that was like the uncool part of yourself, but it
No.
turns out it was cool the whole time.
It was more, yeah, maybe something. Like
Maybe
that.
it was horrible. I don't know. I gotta
It
ask
wasn't
Max.
horrible at all.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just one of those
Why'd you
things.
bury it then?
Because I was going into kind of the professional world. I was starting to write for people, and I was working at these YouTube channels, and I was just like, I have to now invent like a better sort of more.
When you say write for
professional-
people, you mean writing for rappers or writing for shows?
for shows on YouTube. I worked with this guy Michael McCrudden for a little bit. He was a
Okay.
big time YouTuber.
Michael McCrudden.
Before they were famous, yeah. So I know that guy or knew him. I haven't seen him in years, but that was cool working for him. I did my post-grad at Humber. He came in, did a lecture on YouTube and all the cool things that were happening on YouTube as a television course. And I immediately just kind of latched on to him, and I was like, "Can I write something for you? I want to get work after this. Let me see if I can do it." And I ended up impressing the guy enough for him to hire me, like right there. And I graduated and just went straight to work for him. And,
Paid good?
What?
It paid good?
Paid decent enough for me to move to the city.
Goddamn.
I was living at home. Yeah, for a bit.
great.
So yeah, my career was kind of in that direction for a while, and I've had like weird chapters in my 20s, writing for YouTubers and then rapping. I was working in kitchens for a long time and worked for my dad in a warehouse. It was a lot.
Yep. Everyone has to go through. I think every man should work in a warehouse for a little bit just to see if
I love
what
it.
it's like. You know what I mean?
I love it. Absolutely. I think that should be the new draft.
Everyone has to work in a steel plant for a year.
You have to work in a steel plant just with a group of Serbian and Somali guys.
So mine, I worked at this Portuguese warehouse for a couple of years, and they were allowed to smoke cigarettes in the warehouse.
For sure.
It had been like the same guys have been working there for like 40 years, all Portuguese.
Keep the back bay door open,
Like
babe.
if you're Portuguese, you can get a job there.
Yeah.
And great guys. Sometimes they got the espresso machine going.
Sure.
Every once in a while, you get a little chorizo on the barbecue. Like
Yes.
it was just a great little like you're working in a miserable place, but at the same time they make it fun.
That's more than we had, but it was always takeout. I gained weight actually working there. It's weird because it was so hot and I was always on my feet, but I got fat just through, it was just in the morning time, it was like 2 doubles. I would smoke like 3 cigarettes. I would, and then you'd get there and just like right at the table, as soon as you walk in, it's just a big thing of Tim Hortons donuts. So you would have like 3 of those. And that was my thing. That was my breakfast. And then you would do McDonald's or A&W. And then a lot of the night, like once a week, there would be like pizza at the end of the night. That was like sick.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at Rona, there was an A&W across the street. This is when I was in high school, and there was a girl there that had a crush on me, and I would get so much free A&W. Oh, it was fucking blessed.
Free
It was
A&W.
blessed.
Well, A&W rules.
A&W's great.
A&W was still great.
Like I would order like a little thing,
yeah.
and then she'd put like 4 extra things in my bag. I was eating large at A&W.
Every one of them in Toronto is now like a fentanyl den, which is not good. Every one that you walk into, like the one by where the old Royal over there on Dufferin and Bloor, you go in there at night, it's like Saving Private Ryan.
Really, eh?
Oh, it's fucking brutal.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because it's the only place open 24 hours?
Guys fighting, there's a guy just laying on the ground. They don't do anything about it. It's like, what the fuck? They're going to call the cops at 2 in the morning to...
Yeah.
You know. But,
Yeah, when else are they supposed to be fucking crazy homeless people? You
What
gotta
are
let
they-
them have
just
the
kinda-
leash at 2 a.m. If you're out in the streets, it's your own fucking problem.
Get them out of there, take them over to Taco Bell. Absolutely.
Where do you think the best fast food restaurant for homeless people to fight is? I think probably the McDonald's.
McDonald's is the OG.
McDonald's Spadina.
Queen Spadina McDonald's.
Oh, if we're talking Toronto specific,
That's the one that comes to mind for me.
McDonald's is probably the great. A&W is a close second for
A&W,
homeless
like-
fights.
Yeah?
Yeah. McDonald's, A&W, not enough Taco Bells. If they had more Taco Bells, Taco Bell would be like the epicenter of just world star fentanyl fights.
Taco Bells don't stay open 24 hours too. That's the thing. Like
in the States, I'm sure they do.
maybe in the States
Yeah.
too, but in Canada, I would say like the latest you're gonna find one is like 2 a.m. on a weekend, but usually they're like midnight. KFC's and Taco Bells are like they're 2 restaurants that don't stay open all night.
Popeyes
Popeyes goes.
but they keep their restaurants surprisingly free of that.
Why is it
shit.
surprising?
What?
Why is it surprising?
I just want to say I love Taco Bell. All the employees are my good friends, and I enjoy it. Because it's a fast food place. Like it is a dingy fast food place, but they do keep themselves kind of.
Because Popeyes is just such a positive place.
It's an amazing.
Chicken from Popeyes.
Give me a 6-piece.
Like out of all the,
Give me.
it's such a happy jingle. Like you know what I mean. All the other ones, like yeah, I'm gonna fight at A&W. What's their jingle? They don't have one.
I'll take biscuits and gravy, you whore. I'll take you. Popeyes is great. No, Popeyes is weirdly the one that is like the cleanest out of all of them.
What about like Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, not enough
you
Chick-fil-A's, though.
you can eat off the floor in Chick-fil-A.
There's not enough
You can bring a
Chick-fil-A's,
homeless
though.
guy in there and they'll save his life.
There's a Popeyes. Just as long as he's not gay. Right? As long as he's
They
not
don't
gay.
fight. They fucking save in there. They save in Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, they will fight.
They'll fight for your relationship with Jesus Christ.
Yes, they will absolutely. They'll do the sign of the cross.
Fight for you to be born again, baby. Go to Chick-fil-A, but not on Sundays to get saved.
I was going to add something to that.
I've been saved by the power of biscuits and gravy, oh Lord.
Preach, testify. Oh, all right. I had to give one update before we wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Because people are wondering, is this guy going to stop bleeding or what? Today and yesterday is the first time I haven't bled, so we're on the right track. We're on the right path. They cauterized it again. I got to skip a couple lines at the last time I went to urgent care because I had been there 3 times in 1 week.
Right.
And at this point, I know the game. I know if I don't come in there bleeding, they're not gonna think I have an emergency.
Sure.
Like if I just calm my nosebleed down, they're gonna be like, this guy, he ain't really.
Well, good.
We don't need to help him. So what I did was I Googled how to make blood rush to your head, and it was like, hold your nose, put your head upside down, and I did that, and I started gushing blood, and I got to skip 2 waiting rooms, go right and see the doctor. If you guys need to skip the waiting room at the doctor, just bleed a lot.
Did you drive there not bleeding and then get
drove there not bleeding,
then
made myself bleed, in the waiting room. The 3 things was and hydrate yourself. So I chugged a bottle of water. Held my breath, went upside down, and it came within like 30 seconds. Like that's the thing. Like this wasn't. Some of the doctors, when I go in there and I'm like, oh, my nose is bleeding like crazy. Like, oh, it's probably you're just living in a dry area. And I'm like, no. This is fucking. Let me show you how much it was coming out of my nose, Alex.
Oh fuck! You showed me, and I.
Oh, I did show you. I showed you. I showed you both already.
But are you tumor free though?
I hope so.
Oh shit!
I gotta go see like a specialist, but like they don't seem that worried about it, so I haven't been that worried about it. But then I'm like bleeding like crazy, and I'm like,
the main
should I be
thing
worried?
that they're screening for.
They took a blood test.
I don't think you have a tumor.
They took a blood test and they said, if you don't hear nothing, that's good news. And I didn't hear nothing. But I'm still going to see like the specialist on July 11th.
I hate
you
that
and me in one room checking out my ear and my nose to see if we're good in my brain.
You and me.
So stay tuned for the episode after July 11th if I make it that far.
You and me, refereed by Dr. Sebi at Chick-fil-A, brother.
On Friday, I did this show that was like a charity for climate change, and it had to be clean comedy. So anyways, I told this story about me bleeding and dying and everything. And then I'm like, and you know what the doctor said it was? Climate change. And they went, and I'm like, you wish it was climate change. I'm like, you guys wish I was going to be your spokesperson and be like, I was bleeding from every fucking orifice because fucking climate change.
Because of fucking climate change.
The way they reacted, but they had a good laugh after it when I'm like, you guys wish.
That's funny as shit.
There was a 10-year-old heckler too. So it's a clean show. Everyone's trying to do clean comedy, and this kid was like a little brat, like yelling out shit.
That's like, funny.
So I'm like, there was already 2 comedians before me, and he was telling them, "You look old," like yelling stuff out, and being mean to the comics. And I go up there and I'm like, just say every swear word you know. And he starts going, shit, fuck, yeah. And I'm like, you don't get hit, do you?
That's perfect parenting. I like that. You should be a surrogate parent.
I go, you don't get hit, do you? And he's like, I got a sunburn. And I'm like, that's a perfect way to punish a white child. Just put him out, like, go play on the sun.
Put him out in the
sun. Do I need sunscreen? No, you're good out there. He comes back,
geez.
and all you have to do now is just touch his shoulder, and he'll be like, oh, fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I close my set out, and I just go, so climate change is about, making a better future for people. But with kids like Elias, who gives a fuck?
That's funny. That's good, man.
It's fun. I had way more fun doing clean comedy than I thought. Actually, you know what? Without that kid, probably would have just bombed for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't have enough clean shit.
The clean comedy thing. Well, I had to do a senior home, not a old folks home like where they go to, but it was like a retirement home. I do that. My mom, she volunteered at a retirement home or like worked there during the pandemic, and she made friends with these people that do events. So they wanted to do like a comedy show. So I went and talked to them, and all they did, it was 40 minutes. I was supposed to get paid $300 to do 40 minutes, which is fine, but all they do is just interrupt you.
Yeah.
There was this one older Indian guy who was like 85. He sat directly behind. I'm in like the round, so I'm like having to address all these people. We're on a patio, no microphone. So I'm basically just this crazy fucking 30-year-old who's just speaking to all of these war veterans, basically. This guy just keeps tapping me on the shoulder, this Indian guy. He's like old sunglasses, legs crossed, chimney sweeper hat, and just everything that he's interrupting me with, it's just a new picture of his grandkids that he wants to show me. So I got to address the grandkids while also...
How old were the grandkids?
Probably
were they kids?
like 11, 12.
Oh, okay.
They were kids.
I thought he was trying to show you trying to marry you off to one of his granddaughters.
No, they wouldn't do that. No.
He's like, this guy, he must be big time. He's doing a fucking show here.
He's doing a huge show.
Okay, this place is sold out right now.
Next to the people with oxygen tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, doing comedy weird places, man. Sometimes you just got to do it.
Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah. What's is that the craziest place you've done a comedy show?
craziest place doing a comedy show. No, there was a comic, this guy Neil Griffin in Brampton.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you remember Neil? Yeah. He used to do shows in his driveway at his complex. Yeah. And so I'd be like 20, and it would be just the neighborhood kids who lived in the complex. They would all just sit on a couch in the driveway, and we just have to do it. And you could curse, you could do whatever.
Was it fun?
You could do wild. Yeah, it was fun. No pay, but it was fun.
Sometimes the stuff for no pay is fun, and then the stuff that they pay you a lot to do fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like corporate stuff is like they'll pay you more, but it's like now you have to not have fun on stage because you can't say anything. Like the rules for this one was like, first he's like, no sex jokes. I'm like, no problem. But then he's like, no racism, no sexism, no this, no you can't like, no punching down. It's like, what the fuck? Like I can't say, like can I not make a joke?
This guy goes from the corporate office directly to leave a review at Keys Comedy Club. So
when people
he does.
when people have all those rules, I feel like they just never seen a comedy show before, and they're thinking of it more like HR. Like this wouldn't be allowed in our office,
Right?
So it's not allowed on our show. But it's like give people a chance to loosen up and laugh at racist shit for a second.
Yeah, there's the deal though. They're always afraid, those people, because they're in a corporate setting and they know they have eyes on them. They're afraid to be laughing at certain things. So to ease the tension a little bit and not make that like a sort of too much of an anxious environment, they do kind of leave those rules. Like, okay, just don't joke about this, don't joke about that, and it's people worried about their reputations at the end of the day, right?
True. All right, we got to wrap this thing
I
up.
have to go to the bathroom so bad.
Okay, we just have 2 little segments. They're going to be so quick.
Okay.
First segment is we're going to do an animal fun fact of the day from yahoo.com. Yahoo.com. What's the fun fact of the day, Dante?
Today's fun fact is the monarch butterfly has 12,000 eyes.
Okay.
That's crazy. So I guess their eyes are all over their wings. Is that how butterflies see?
Just like any other butterfly, the monarch butterfly has only a pair of eyes. However, this winged insect has 12,000 miniature eyes, also known as omatidia, allowing one to see everything from all angles and directions.
So they have eyes in their eyes. Is that what they're trying to say?
They have mini eyes.
They have mini eyes.
And they point backwards and stuff, so they can see.
Damn.
The monarch
360.
butterfly is a surveillance device created by the CIA. It sees all.
All-seeing
It
butterfly.
sees terrorists. There's a monarch butterfly flying over around right now, and it's not good.
Is this true? I thought this might actually be like a theory.
No.
That monarch butterfly, because I thought that cats might be here placed by aliens. Aliens might, because the cats sleep with their eyes open and they're just like, they used
Cats
to get.
don't sleep with their eyes open.
Yeah, they do.
My brother's cat doesn't.
Google it right
I
now.
think humans can sleep with their eyes open too.
Horses
right? If they train
sleep
themselves.
standing up. Are they aliens?
No, but I think cats were sent here by aliens. I think aliens are maybe octopuses. Because
They've said that too. I've heard that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Cats
I think the
can't and sometimes do sleep with their eyes open or partially open.
yeah, there you go.
This is normal behavior. So it's
So
not all
that's
the
when
time.
they're just surveilling.
What's the next segment? I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, last
So
segment.
bad.
Last segment. We just
I'm
flipped to
having
it.
so much fun, but I
No, I gotta
this
go too. I'm
water's
gonna be late
gotten
for
me.
it. I open to a random page in the Bible and we see what God has in store for us today. Sometimes the line it'll like hit with
All right.
what we talked about today.
I'm an old Catholic boy.
There we go. All right, we're going to Chronicles chapter 32. Okay. But after he had proved his fidelity by such deeds, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came. He invaded Judah, besieged the fortified cities, and proposed to take them by storm. When Hezekiah saw that Sennacherib was coming with the intention of attacking Jerusalem, he decided in council with his princes and warriors to stop the waters of the springs outside the city.
Okay.
So how do we apply that to what we learned today?
I don't even understand what happened.
Man, that one guy's name was such a long name that it made it
What's
hard
his
to...
name?
Hezekiah.
No. Read that top name right there. Hezekiah. Chapter 2. Not Hezekiah. Hezekiah I got. That's
Chapter 2.
Sennacherib. Sennacherib. Tough name. But anyways, what was happening there? It sounds like somebody was getting invaded, and Judah was getting besieged, or Judah besieged the fortified cities and proposed to take them by storm. So he's trying to take over, and Hezekiah's like, Nah, I'm cutting off the water.
Right.
Now, how do we apply that to what we talked about today? I got no fucking idea. But I know. If we cut off the water, Alex wouldn't have to pee so bad right now, but he does, so we got to wrap this thing up. Guys, where can they find you?
Alex Dewitt Comedy on Instagram. Alex Dewitt Comedy also on TikTok. And then Alex Dewitt YouTube, all that fun stuff. I got comedy dates. I got new shows happening this summer on my Instagram. There's a link there. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, Dante, where do they find you?
You can find me online at Shedante, CHEZDANTE, Foley Boy.
And you can follow me at James. Come on now. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Real bad man.
Out in the street, they call it
Uncut Jams.